Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot and welcome to not your traditional monthly readings. I hope I am going to get time to do the monthly readings this month, but I'm going to do these ones first, and then of course we've got the eclipse coming up and I've got quite a few hours at work, so I'll get out what I can. There's a few things I wanted to do. Now, if you've watched me for a while, you know that I like to use a lot of decks. I always like to test myself. That's why I fairly constantly get new decks. And there's when I used to teach a tarot course, some 20 years ago, I used to say to people, you can use anything for divination, as above, so below, as within, so without. In a holographic universe, everything is contained in a piece of everything else. There's so if you wanted to use cutout photos from OK and Hello magazine, assuming that's a symbolism that you are familiar with and that you're comfortable with, crack on, you do it. So obviously with that sort of thing, you need a symbolic alphabet because you're going to have a limited amount of photos. Now, I've wanted to do, and thanks to the eclipse, I think, has finally given me the courage to do this on YouTube, is I've wanted to do a reading using also Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Now, I've never actually played. I've tried to play, but I love the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. I love Yu-Gi-Oh. Full stop. I love Yu-Gi-Oh. Now, with this amount of cards and more to come, no doubt, because I'll probably start shopping for them now. The worry about a symbolic alphabet is not quite as intense. So, because there's plenty to work with. And I was flicking through them the other night and just like, oh, yeah, these will be perfect. It's about time I decided to do it. Now, last night, I decided to have a look at YouTube to see if anyone else had done it. And I found a video from a Tony Ziegler who did a video about talking about using the Yu-Gi-Oh cards for divination and then never did another video again. So, has Tony Ziegler been co-opted by the Shadow Games? Now, if you don't know what I mean and you don't know your Yu-Gi-Oh, the whole idea is based that apparently this is an ancient Egyptian tradition where they were basically having astral battles with called the Shadow Games. And so these are supposedly all related to ancient Egyptian gods and what have you. Although they were ancient Egyptian gods that seem to be completely made up for the show, but who cares? What a beautiful image these Shadow Games are. Apart from when they're not, but everything has its good and its bad side. So, assuming that I don't get co-opted by the Shadow Games and whipped away somehow, you will see these videos. But it should be fun. Now, as ever, it's a general reading. General reading rules apply. Do not give away your power to a tarot reader. I should be telling you stuff that you probably already know. As ever, I will say take the reading as a whole or not. I'm going to be using the Celtic cross this time. There's a past and a present in that spread. If the past and the present do not fit, don't try and make it fit. Go and watch your moon, go and watch your rising. In fact, always try to watch your rising, and so you don't have to listen to my blurb a second time. There is a timestamp down in the description to get past it straight to the reading. Now, also down there is a link to a birth chart, two different online birth chart generators if you don't know what your rising sign is, because that's something that if you have your birth time, you need to know it. Now, also down there is the Facebook page for this channel. Now, that's got its own inbox, so if you want to approach me for a personal reading, that's the best way to do it. There is also a link tree there for my email and for my Tumblr and for like all different other Twitter. But seriously, Facebook inbox is the best way to get hold of me. Now, as ever, I would say ask a question prior to the reading, pause the video, think about all the questions that are around you and be aware of all of them. Focus on one of them, but be aware of all of them. Cards will answer what they want. Now I am trying to grow the channel, so thank you to my returning subscribers, and If you are new here, welcome, and feel free to press the subscribe button while you're passing. And also, a like helps each video get seen. And I'm rather hoping, I'm so looking forward to doing these Yu-Gi-Oh readers. Now, there will be a couple of oracle cards in as well, because I can never resist these. But yeah, that's about it. So like I said, general reading, timing's not absolute. Other people, if they turn up in the reading, I see actions and energies, so maybe I get you and them mixed up. I don't think it happens that often. And nobody, I always say, if it does happen, comment down below, let me know. And nobody has done yet. So yeah, let's crack on. I'll bring up your cards. Okay, Aquarius, this is one of those readings where at very first glance, all the cards looked absolutely awful and horrible and terrifying. And I was like, oh, I'm not sure I want to do this one. And then the oracle cards and the Yu-Gi-Oh cards were added and some more context was given. Right now, well, I could tell you the more scary interpretation, which is not true here, but you're facing a challenging circumstance right now where anxiety, particularly about travel, it appears, or anxiety about movement is hindering you. And as much as you may be using and clinging on to the things in the past, they're all going to get shattered and you end up feeling a loss. Tower in the future, final outcome card, 5 of Cups. However, that's not what's going on here at all. That you are indeed in a situation where you are having to exhibit some strength right now. And this is as a result of a decision that you have made to take on board a new energy, to take on board something new in your life. So this is not like a new thing coming in. This is something that you are already well aware of and something that you have decided with the King of Swords here. Sorry, let me show it so you can see it. With the King of Swords here, that the most loving thing to do for you is to progress forward with this new energy. However, there are still anxieties, worries, certainly about things at a distance or factors in a distance or about movement or about travel are playing in. But Spirit with the Page of Cups here is bringing in some new ideas, some new dreams, some new... But with this Smashing Ground spell card, clarifying it, it's almost Spirit's bringing in new ideas of how to clear the field, because the field is going to get cleared anyway. With this 6 of Cups, clarified by the Hecatrice is a card that you sacrifice to bring on something else. To bring on, what is it, Valhalla, Hall of the Fallen. Now, Hall of the Fallen just means things that are lost in glorious battle. And Valhalla is the hero's reward. You know, so there is an element of sacrificing some things that are tried and true, you know, some things that may have been with you for years, or whereas I'm saying things, this could be habits, this could be a position, like maybe a job you've been in for years, or certain relationships that had a value in the past. You're getting with 6 of Coins on the bottom of the deck, to reassess the value of all this old stuff. And the stuff that is useless has the chance to be stripped away. And what this giant rat card talks about is replacing. This giant rat, when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 earth monster, so earth, practical, with blah 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 attack points from your deck in face-up attack position, i.e. you lose this card, but you replace it with another creature. You replace it with something new. And so that clarifying the Tower is actually a blessing. And there is definitely a blessing here, because out of the Greek mythology reading cards, we got Hygeia and Tyche, or more to the point, good health and fortune. Now, that's the sort of thing that I will write on Facebook as a happy birthday, you know, good fortune and health for the year ahead. So that shows that these two goddesses here are on your side. There are blessings coming your way, and you're having to make space, which you already know. But someone else around you, there's an influence around you running around like a headless chicken, going, "Oh, what are you doing? What's going on?" They maybe don't like this new energy that you decided to bring in, and therefore may be quite disturbed by the way that you are clearing stuff out of the way. So this is not necessarily a time for new things coming in. This is still that lunar eclipse energy where you're clearing things away, getting stuff out to make the space for new things that are only going to come in with this giant rat. Now, and with the once the tower falls, the giant rat dies and something else replaces it. Now, that Five of Cups at the end is very much, I want to say, it's a loss that maybe there may be something that you need to grieve or something that you need to mourn, and that's okay, because it's clarified with, now I can't read it from that distance, soul of purity and light. Now, this is a card that weakens your opponent's attack points, but it's more the symbolism of it that I want to say, that it's more, again, that sense of stripping things away that have no value, which is different from what you've done before. And you maybe don't like how you've got to move with this. We've got the Hierophant in the hopes and fears. So there's that pressure of tradition, habit, but there's also a spiritual truth, which I get from the Zix energy that you'd already committed to, and from this Hierophant, that there is some form of spiritual or personal truth that you have chosen to go, I am pursuing this. This is where I'm going. This is how I'm going to be moving forward. And this is something that you're doing in a loving manner. So none of this is negative. I mean, I know this Five of Cups card, let's face it, it looks pretty miserable. But also notice how she is preserving the two cups that mean the most to her. Excuse me. So you are unable, with this soul of purity and light, it's almost like you are going through a cleansing, you are going through a way to strip things away at the moment, ready to replace, because rest of the oracle cards tell a really good story. We have Nile River with a flow of abundance, showing new good stuff coming in, which again you would have to make space for. And then finally, Malkut, the kingdom, the ground, the material world, the last Sephiroth of the tree of life between the word of God and chair, table, person. You know, there's the last step of manifestation, or here, this world. So you are bringing good stuff in, but right now, and it's going to take a lot of strength to do it, because you are, even right now, you know that you are getting rid of things. With this strength card and the torrential tribute, so this says activate only when a monster is summoned, destroy all monsters on the field. So you are getting rid of lots, basically lots and lots. But it's making space. It's bringing in a certain purity that you haven't necessarily had chance to before. And yes, this is confusing to others, but what I'm feeling from here is they will understand what you're doing. On the bottom of the YuGiOh deck, we have the Agent of Mystery, Earth, again showing that confusion, showing, but also I always look at the mystery, that or the idea of the mystery as something that is beautiful, something that you need to dive into to really find all the beauty out of it and everything. So this is looking overall positive, but you are in that phase of housekeeping during this reading, and Other people will catch up. They are with this heraldic beast, twin-headed eagle. They maybe don't see the cause in what you're doing, but they're still supporting you, and they will be understanding once you get to the end of this process what the reason why for all the clearing, or at least they'll see the benefits at the end of it. So if this means anything to you, Aquarius, please do comment down below. Also, let me know if you like these using the YuGiOh cards, because this is actually a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying this. Oh yeah, and obviously go watch your moon and your rising now that you've watched this one. But comment down below so I know that I'm not just speaking to a camera and listening to the sound of my own voice. I like to know that these readings get to where they need to go. As for more readings, your monthlies will probably be out mid-month, because it's a busy month this way. This month for me for work, and the eclipse readings. The eclipses are coming, as Anna Otley said. We've had the one of them, and it'll be interesting to see what you get for your solar eclipse next, isn't it? Yes, for your annular solar eclipse reading, which is where the eclipse happens on the 10th. So hopefully I'll get it all done in time. Okay, right, yeah. Press like. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, join the tribe. It really does help the channel, especially since in my numbers, I'm still a baby channel. I don't hide my numbers, they're down there. If you want this channel to grow, yeah, click the subscribe button. And join the Facebook page if you want to see what I release in the future, because our Facebook notifications are a bit hit and miss, if you ask me. Okay, so, yeah, good luck, Aquarius. God's strength to you. And yeah, keep at it. Cheers.